Line to up. Now I want to ask y'all niggas, what is the definition of real and fake? I'm the realest ever born. Love and hate. I'm the realest nigga born. My testimony. I'm the realest ever born. I'm the realest nigga born. I'm the realest nigga born. I'm the realest nigga born. I'm the realest nigga. My voice against the stone. The rose from the concrete. That to me is just a way to breathe. My cultivation progress through the slum streets. I look at God like God with the thugs, what's the beef? That shit pissed me off. From the ghetto came a beast with this polo on my shoulder. That's how God defines me. And to those who can't relate, murder homicides reek. The power of the people put the pain in the streets. I'm tortured in the inside, the rock that had to be. By my word before I die, get it off every time I cheat. My friends become my foes, they don't understand me. Love is stronger than the bird, and why these niggas playing me? Why am I just so fucking nuts? I ain't seeing it's all me. Being a rebel for so long, make it hard to feel a G. Now who am I to trust? Seeing niggas eyeing me. Being stabbed in the back when I'm on my fucking knees. I'm the realest ever born. I'm the realest nigga born. Yeah, I'm the realest nigga born. Yeah, I'm the realest nigga born. First, I'm the realest nigga born. Said my loyalty will kill me someday. When niggas always plotting money, smiling in your face. Why can't niggas keep it real instead of being so fake? I just wanna keep my freedom, stay the fuck about my way to spring. I get tired of the nigga, love turns into mud, now I'm ride on the nigga fly. Who am I to fuck with? Send me out a buck with. Niggas seeing me as like a car after a truck hit. This ain't gang scripture, this my pain, nigga. Write my tears on the heart of every hood nigga. I was there with the roaches and the rats. MPS refrigerator, mom on the track. With my head going, oh, my stomach hurts. Took refuge in the streets. Nobody gon' love me like I'ma love me. So I watch them all score. They all out to get you with my life on my waistline. I'm the realest ever born. I'm the realest nigga born. I'm the realest nigga born. I'm the realest nigga born. Verse 3, my nigga. Yeah, I'm the realest man. I'm real to my nigga. I kill for my nigga. It's my hood over fam, man. I'm real to my nigga. But I'm real to me first. I watch every move jump. I organize my mind and gain the eyes of a soldier. I hate it when they take my fucking guidance for weakness. Lord, give me strength and take away my demons. I try to get this money, cause my baby's gotta eat. A backstabbing ass niggas keep a knife up in me. Everybody wants the spot to shine like the man, but every nigga ain't made for this position I ain't made. Get a nigga be the G, steady pulling pussy shit. When we see you as a mark, smash like a dry stitch. It hurts you even more when you vouch for him. Have your niggas feeling like you are attached to him. But now I cut the fucking cord. The swagger's like a whore. And you can say what you want, bitch. Cause I'm the realest ever born. I'm the realest nigga born. I'm a motherfucking nigga, so you shit. I'm the realest nigga born. I'm the realest nigga born. Yeah, I'm the realest nigga born.
waiting on some people to tap in real quick. Oh shit, man.
I ain't here but to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. You want to know what's real? All right, this is what's real.
When it came to treating her citizens of Indian descent fairly, she failed. She put them on the reservations. When it came to treating her citizens of Japanese descent fairly, she failed. She put them in internment prison camps. When it came to treating the citizens of African descent fairly, America failed. She put them in chains. The government put them on slave quarters, put them on auction blocks, put them in cotton fields, put them in inferior schools, put them in substandard housing, put them in scientific experiments, put them in the lowest paying jobs, put them outside the equal protection of the law, kept them out of their racist bastions of higher education, and locked them into positions of hopelessness and helplessness. The government gives them the drugs, builds bigger prisons, passes a 3-strike law, and then wants us to sing God Bless America? No, not God Bless America. God damn America, that's in the Bible for killing innocent people. God damn America for treating our citizens as less than human. God damn America, as long as she tries to act like she is God and she is supreme. The United States government has failed the vast majority of her citizens of African descent.
I get sick and tired of crying and fighting for my survival, but knowing the whole system designed for my arrival to chain me up in prison. But listen, it's like a choir, we all singing for help, and these politicians is liars. They Jeremiah for trying. People, my very logic, we keep begging for help. The enemy stays in power. We must take what is ours on their and tax dollars. Freeze the whole system for people back in power and smash the shine entities in media insanity. Race riots are boiling with foxes, animality. Poor people are human regardless of nationality. We're tired of being ignored. We're poor. We're not humanity. Conserve the evil and liberalize the people. Be bubs and DMs acting like Bloods and Crips beefing. So we stop for war with slaves without eating. Conspiracies evolve, but people still sleeping. Now freeze like you do for one time, and let me turn your water into wine. Allow me to wonder in your mind and program the truth from the lies. Now freeze like you do for one time, and let me turn your water into wine. Allow me to wonder in your mind and program the the non-believer. Quick to believe in Jesus, but not the devil's evil. Area 51 denied in past evenings. Now the truth spun, the care is not a reason. Jesus will fall from the clouds and save you by religion. I forgot to mention, or it's the Son God told all over to overdose. The masses in the need of spiritual overcoats. Amen. In fact, who's I meant? Recognition of another God while praying. Islam is no better, it's the moon befriended. The way to find God is through you transcended. At least the Jesus you can sin just as long as the sin's repented. Where to sign up, find the weak, relentless. Church pimps prevail through the tithes and givings. If we were made in God's image, why we gotta go to popes like we ain't that image? I'm feeling God now as I spit this sentence, and it don't take a crowd reading Bible scriptures. Now freeze like you do for one time, and let me turn your water into wine. Allow me to wonder in your mind and program the truth from the lies. We are enslaved in 4 ways. Now pay attention. That's money, guns, religion, and watching television. If the people thinking aware of the globalism, skulls and bones is broken, illuminating the prison. Unplug the programs and fry the computer chips and fight the revolution from Bilderberg's grips. Rockefellers are devils and Queen Elizabeth is really the true boss, but it seems she don't exist. Now freeze like you do for one time, and let me turn your water into wine. Allow me to wonder in your mind and program the truth from the lies. Now freeze like you do for one time.
What up, Poodle? How you doing?
Allow me to wonder in your mind and program the truth from the lies.
Wake up.
Wake up. You gotta wake up. I know you're scared to wake up, but you have to wake up. These ain't conspiracies, homeboy. Like, this is real. Look around. Can't you see it? They're already talking about population control. You know what I mean? So who do you think they're going to exterminate first? Huh? Think it's going to be the rich folk? Nah, man. It's going to be the poor folk. You know what I mean? The ones that's like you and I. And I don't care if you're black, white, Hispanic, or wherever it is. If you're broke, you share the same look that's on my face every day. And that's a face of anguish, tired. Gotta get up for work. You know what I mean? Breaking our necks. The cost of living is squeezing us. You know what I mean? And these bills are squeezing us, man. We're slaves. And we'll always be slaves. Unless we wake up.
Big facts, big facts, big facts. Just waiting on a few more people to pop in, man. I'm waiting on Ant. See if he gonna show up. Oh shit, excuse me. Yeah, no. Bum 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 bum. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Where your nephew at? I mean, your nephew. Where your husband at? Where my nephew at? Shit. Tell his ass get on there. Oh man, it's gonna be a quiet one tonight. That's all right. I'm gonna talk my shit though. Yay. Push rhymes like wait. Push rhymes like wait. Yay. Ah shit. Mm-mm-mm. Tell it like it is. I'm hungry as a motherfucker. Special shout out to my cousin Miranda's Burger up at the hospital, man. I don't know what's going on. Just want to let you know I'm thinking about you, man. Careful, fat boy. I'll come check on you a little bit later, man. If you need anything, feel free to call me or text me. But I'll be up there to check up on you. It's got to be something serious. He didn't put it on the book because he keep to himself for the most part. And speedy recovery, man, because I know you got that 3 a.m. About to drop. I know that premiere about to drop. I don't remember the exact day, but it's coming up here in a couple of weeks, actually. Movie premiere. Movie called 3 a.m. Go check that out, y'all. He the one that brought y'all Grimy. Yeah. Shout out to Miranda's Burger. What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? Oh, this cat ain't he for real? He for he gonna no show, huh? All right. I ain't mad at you. Got a number of love for you. Do your thing, boy. Let's see what's going on over here. Give me 1 second. Get it jumping. Oh, man. I'm feeling my age right now, for real. I'm hungry. I'm tired. I'm fat. Sorry, though. I hear a twin. Man, why you shut it down, man? All right, man. I'm gonna go ahead and do my thing, man. I'm gonna go ahead and do my thing. I know you don't like when I be man, he had a fit. Where the show at, bro? Shit. No viewers last night, man. I went and found something else to do. Shoot. I don't do too well at talking to myself, you know what I mean? All right, man. So I just see. I think I did, man. Okay, okay. I see you over there. No, I don't see you over there. I just see the uh hold on, man. Uh Antonio Lundy, man. It's my bro from Cleveland, man. He a solid cat, man. He funny as hell though. He be tagging me, man. Oh, okay, man. Okay, that's what's up, man. Never mind. I was about to drop you that link, but you at a concert, man. Shit, go on, have some fun, man. Bless the mic for me, man. Let them know I still got it. All right, man. Let's get down to business, man. For real. Tomato. Communication barriers between genders, right? 2024 and communication between humans sucks. Real shit. The youth are disrespectful toward their elders. Elders sound like complete idiots trying to talk like they grandbabies. Man, that motherfucker here got me on the phone. Okay. Communication is non-verbal. I'm sorry. Communication is nonverbal and primarily done via text, even when parties are in close proximity. Relationship intimacy has taken a back seat to cell phone sexting. Men don't know how to approach women. Women don't know how to talk to or appreciate men. I have my theory on how, when, and why, it started, but I certainly am interested in discussing this with the viewers and hearing your take on the situation. Tune in tonight at 8. Yeah, I was 16 minutes late. I'm black. Tune in tonight at 8 for another controversial episode of Tell It Like It Is. So here we are. Communication barriers between the genders. On the up and up, man. I guess you could start off with asking as to, or I could start off by asking as to, for this generation, when did that become apparent, or when did it actually take into full? When did it actually go into full swing? When did you notice that there was an issue? If you actually have noticed, when did you actually notice that there was actually a communication barrier? The recklessness, and it's not even. And let me clarify. It's not even because I know the first thing people are gonna say is, okay, well, he talking about in relationships. It's not even just relationships. Like men and women on some real shit don't know how to talk to each other. You know, shit. Both parties are disrespectful. Men talking down on women, condescending. I don't get wrong in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? It was fuck you, bitch, and all type of that, that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? Thanks to Cuz. Shout out to Eric Wright on that one. And the NWA crew. But and disclaimer, I do not condone that. If I call you if I call a female a bitch, trust and believe me, it was well deserving. Because that's not something that flies off my tongue. Flies off my tongue about as fast as you guys like to call it, the N-bomb flies off of the tongue of a white person. So at what point did you guys notice that there was an issue of communication amongst the genders. I picked up on it. I have my, like I said, I have my my theory, but I want to hear from y'all first, or from somebody else, because for me to pop mine out there, you know what I'm saying, I don't want y'all piggybacking off mine. I definitely have my idea as to what's going on with that situation. Um, like I said, it doesn't necessarily pertain to relationships. Uh, guys are disrespectful with their words, their tongues. You know what I'm saying? Tend to be condescending uh, toward women. Women tend to seem to forget that they're women when they get to talking to men, and then as soon as he fire off, now all of a sudden, oh, I'm a girl, you know. But it didn't just happen overnight. It didn't just happen overnight. So what y'all got for me, man? I see three people. I got three viewers that I'm pretty sure I can guess who they are. I don't know, but if you just tuned in, give me a thumbs up in the comment section, just so I know who you are. That's all. I ain't gonna put you on blast. I ain't gonna single you out, no shit like that. Antonio, man, I appreciate you, man, for stopping in. I know you at a concert, man. I appreciate it. Much love to you. And for those who are curious what this bottle keep flying up, man, it's Mexican piss, man. Corona. Yeah, that part. Drink the champions. Nobody got nothing. Nobody gonna say nothing. Like y'all nervous? Y'all scared? One jump in, one jump out. All right, man. Check this out, man. Buddha, you still there? Yeah, I'm calling out names now. Shit. That's why nothing get changed. People just don't want to take initiative. All right, so check it out, right? I'm just gonna run with what I got. Y'all can piggyback off this, or y'all don't have to, whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? So, excuse me. If you pay attention, right? If you paid attention to what was going on around you in society, 2019 pandemic, right? The government has been pushing this no contact, or as they like to call it, this social distancing, right? And it spilled over. It was a social experiment to begin with. Just keeping it real with you. And they seen that it was working. And so they pushing it. Bear with me. I'm trying to see if my food is on its way. My bad. Hate it or love it. I'm hungry. You ain't feed me, so what? So if the if we push this social distancing thing, right? Nobody goes outside. The kids don't know how to interact with one another. Everybody's antisocial. This quote unquote introvert is at an all-time high. I ain't never seen so many fucking introverts in my life, right? and this ain't no shot, but truth be told, that's not healthy. If you think about the concept of introversion, this is you. Introvert means to flip it inside out. So that right there tell you is something right there. So we got this social distancing thing going on. You don't want to talk to me, I don't want to talk to you. Okay. You don't want to be around me, I don't want to be around you. Okay, who's winning in the long run with this thing? We aren't. Yeah, there we go. So if nobody is communicating, you're not talking to me, I'm not talking to you. We're keeping we're working this social distancing thing to the max, right? So what else is happening off of this social distancing? I don't know how to talk to you. I don't know how to approach you as a man. I don't know how to approach you as a woman. Damn, she fine as fuck, man. Go shoot your shot, man. Shit, fuck, nah. Right? So if the man's not talking to the woman ain't talking to the man, they can't get along. What else is happening? New form of population control. Nobody's reproducing. Teenage pregnancies have declined. Infidelity is on an incline. But the reproduction, massive dive. Massive dive. I don't know how many of you guys remember, and that's been the goal for many years. I don't know how many of you guys are aware of or even remember the doomsday tablets. I'll call them by the proper name, the Georgia Guidestones. So what it was there was these massive tablets. Okay, I'll explain it to you. I'll read it to you in a minute. It was massive guidestones, as they called them, but they were these massive tablets that were made out of granite. It was a monument, and it stood in Elbert County, Georgia. All right, from 1980 to 2022. Out of nowhere, they just got leveled. Nobody knows who leveled them, why they got leveled, or whatever have you. Right? Go figure, a major monument, nobody knows what the fuck happened. Okay, whatever. So these guidestones were actually erected. Nobody knows exactly who. The dude that had them erected, he used an anonymous name, paid for them. And here, I'll just read it to you. So the Georgia Guidestones was a granite monument that stood in Elbert County, Georgia. All right. United States from 1980 to 2022. It was 19 feet, 3 inches. For those who are abroad, 5.87 meters, and made from 6 granite slabs weighing a total of 237,007 I'm sorry, 237,746 pounds. Again, for those who are abroad, 107,840 kilograms. The structure was sometimes referred to as the American Stonehenge or the Doomsday Tablets. The monument's creators believed that there was going to be an upcoming social, nuclear, or economic calamity, and they wanted the monument to serve as a guide for humanity in the world which would exist after it. Controversial from its time of construction, it ultimately became the subject of conspiracy theories, which alleged that it was connected to Satanism. It's the first time I've ever heard about that. So it goes on to say, on the morning of July 6, 2022, the guide stones were heavily damaged in a bombing from a vandal, and the debris in the guide stones were removed by the local government later that day. In late July, Alberton Mayor Daniel Graves announced plans to rebuild the monument, which is interesting. In August, the Alberton County Board of Commissioners voted to donate the remains of the monument to the Alberton Granite Association and return the 5 acres of land of which the monument was erected to its previous owner. Now, what I'm trying to find, which I probably should have did all this previously. So on these tablets, here's the connection of these tablets. Let me explain this to you. The message that was on the tablets, okay. Nope, that's not it. So the inscriptions of the guide stones were meant to be recurrent. All right, so they were sandblasted along the square capstone, sitting atop the structure where's the basic message. Let these be guide stones to an age of reason in Babylonian cuneiform, Egyptian hieroglyphics, and Sanskrit and classical Greek. So it was actually the message that was written on these stones. Excuse me, were written in multiple languages. The message that was written on them were specific instructions as to how many people were supposed to be in existence as far as population. So what I'm getting at, this all ties in. Hey, what's happening? What happens is so how this all ties into what I'm saying is, excuse me. With the social distancing, you stay away from me, you stay away from me, I stay away from you. Lack of communication. Communication is key. That's the start of everything. Everything starts from thought. We manifest things, we speak things into existence. Oh, I like her. Now everything else, your thoughts, oh shit, I want to see her. Then everything else starts to fall into gear. Your feet start pursuing. Feelings start getting involved. You end up in a relationship or she shoots you down, however it goes. Long story short, you get together, you hook up, whatever have you, whether it be planned or oops, it's reproduction under normal circumstances. Hey, after these messages, I'll be right back. Never thought I'd say that on the show, actually. That's pretty dope. Here's a few words from my sponsors. Real shit.
See, I'm getting this paper.
All right, man, I'm back. My bad. Fat man had to run downstairs for me. Gotta get my fat man on. So, imagine that. So, for me, you know, this is what's being pushed amongst the people, or pushed upon the people, is to stay away from each other. Um, don't communicate. Don't depend on one another. Why? Ultimately, I see the numbers dwindling, but when I say the numbers, I'm talking about the reproduction. Um, it amounts to basically, from what I see, it amounts to a factor of greed. Uh, those who run things, those who can, will, and those who can't will abide by the rules of those who can. Is it right? No. Are they gonna get away with it? Yeah. Why? Because those who can see speak out against, and those who are comfortable with how things are going with their normal lives won't fight back. It's easier to bitch and complain than actually lift a finger. Um, let's get on. Let's get a little bit deeper with it though. Barriers with communication. Somewhere along the lines. Now, this part, when on this part, I'm not positive. Feedback would definitely be appreciated. Input, opinions, whatever. Um, with men, as a man, I've observed that there's a lot of excessive testosterone, machismo, if you will. Okay, man is a man, woman is a woman. So there's a lot of bullying in that aspect. A lot of the guys are talking down on women. And plainly put, in that aspect, women are kind of fed up. Nah, I'm not kind of. I ain't gonna minimize. Women are fed up with that shit. You know, they're tired of being looked down upon. They're tired of feeling like they're inferior. Now, let me clarify this. They're not equal, but women aren't inferior. They're not superior either. Each gender has an assignment or a specific role or a purpose that they serve. But neither role supersedes the other. Man needs woman. Woman needs man. You have two eyes in your head, right? So your left eye don't need the right eye. The right eye don't need the left eye. Not to say that you can't see, but you weren't intended to be a cyclops. Otherwise, the motherfucker would be in the middle, right? So I say that to say this. That's part of the issue. Is there's too much big eyes and little U's amongst the genders. Ladies, be you. No woman has masculine energy. That's kind of crazy. I just thought about that. A man can have, it's kind of like that a square can be a rectangle, but a rectangle can't be a square type situation. Um, a woman doesn't have masculine energy. They shouldn't have masculine energy. It's not masculine about you. However, a man, I know I'm gonna catch some hell behind this one. A man can have feminine energy. How is that possible? No, he's not gay. How is that possible? Scientifically, everything starts out, fellas, you better do your research if you don't know what the fuck I'm about to say. Everything starts out as a female. Certain things happening within the body, hormones and chromosomes, and those testicles, they elongate and they drop out. pop into a pouch. Those originally were your ovaries. Your clitoris elongates, turns into a penis. So yeah, scientifically, everything starts out as a female. So yeah, it's very possible that a man can have feminine energy. However, you as a woman, if that's how you were designed and intended to be, how the hell do you got masculine energy? You never, you ain't never been a man, or never been masculine. It's not in you. So let's kill that bullshit. Um, a lot of, and I'm not speaking for all men. Every man is different, just as every female is different. However, there is a base floor plan for these genders. So when people say, "Oh, well, every man isn't the same," or "Every woman ain't the same," okay, we'll go with that. But if there's a base plan or a base format for each gender, and I'm not saying each person is not an individual, we all are different in our own little way. But if there is this base, we like to call it a generalized statement, but on some real shit, if there's a base for everything, male and female, if you don't follow that base format, it's because something that you have learned, something that we call learned behavior. So all women aren't the same. All men aren't the same. Really, we are. It's just things that we've learned time or experience that have deviated us from what we were intended to be. That part. Uh-oh. Am I missing something? I don't think I am, but nah, I didn't think I was. Kind of quiet tonight. So the barrier in communication essentially stems from wanting what you want and wanting what you want from both genders and feeling like you're not being heard. What people need to take into consideration, and I myself, I had to learn this as well. You can talk to a person till you blue in the face repeatedly. Doesn't mean that they didn't hear you. Because a person doesn't conform to what you want, doesn't mean that they don't hear you. Doesn't mean that they don't care. Just means they're not willing to give you that, what you're asking for. And it may not be everything, but that particular thing. They're allowed to say that. They're allowed to tell you no. Let me ask you this. How many of you have actually your child or your significant other, whoever, a person asks you for something. What's up, bro? How you doing, man? A person asks you for something, and you bend over backwards. You make sure they get it every time. The outsider looking in says one or two things. If it's a child, they say, damn, they're gonna spoil the shit. If it's your significant other, male or female, the outsiders on the viewers on the outside looking, saying, man, they really love that person. But the moment you tell them no, or don't do what they ask of you, they got an attitude. The kids want to show out, start throwing fits. Your woman or your man, all of a sudden, oh, you don't love me. Here come the manipulation. They want to look for the first door, the first exit to get the hell up out of there. Oh, we're done. You don't love me, and all this type of stupid shit. So 15 out of 16 times this person gave you exactly what you asked for. The one time they told you no, and now all of a sudden the one time that they didn't give you what you wanted or conform to your wishes, something wrong with that. Something's truly wrong with that. I apologize for I'm hungry, man. Something is truly wrong with that. A woman should be able to tell her man or tell a man. Let me get away from this relationship thing. A woman should be able to tell a man what she wants, how she wants, and he should be able to respect his wishes. I mean, he should be able to respect her wishes. Just as well as she should be able to respect the rejection of those wishes. I made a post about a week ago. I was sitting here, as I often am, in my thoughts. Never hit me before, and it occurred to me. You can never get mad we all know how we want to be loved. But you can never get mad at a person because you don't understand the capacity of their love. You might want diamonds and pearls and platinum and the latest 2K and the latest Madden. She ain't got that to give. You want that new Bergen bag or whatever have you, that women are into, so it's kind of crazy. I'm 100% man, so I don't know about that shit. He may not be able to give you that. Oh, well, I want a man that's going to meet me halfway, 50-50. Ain't shit 50-50. Never has been 50-50. It's nowhere in nature. We split the bills and da 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 da. But you dating an ex-convict who can't get a job. So where the fuck is he gonna meet you 50-50? So he out here hustling, taking penitentiary chances, right? So he can uphold your standard. But yet and still, he may not be paying no bills, but he keep the house clean. He keep the car maintenance. He do the yard work. But for some people, that's not good enough. Appreciate what you have. I like to use I statements when I'm talking. I was in a relationship some years ago, and if I knew then what I know now, I would have never been in a relationship. Not because it was a bad relationship, but because now I know. Excuse me. Now I know better, and I'll elaborate on that later. Yeah, I can elaborate it on now. There's certain things when you're not in a certain position, you got no business doing certain type of shit. Dating being one of them, or in a relationship is one of them. Um, so with that being said, I didn't have nothing. I'm a go getter though. I ain't had two nickels. I ain't had two pennies to rub together. I have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. Give me 100. When I first came home, but I got ambition. I got drive. I got a vision. So here I'm in this relationship, and each month nothing was ever turned off. No bills were ever late. There were certain questions that was asked, and I just kind of tippy toed around them or whatever have you. It's one of those for me. It's one of those need to know basis. If you ain't out there taking the chance or rolling the dice, taking the gamble, fuck you need to know for. What you gonna do? Tell on me when shit get hot or when you get pissed off. So needs no basis. So I don't believe in co-defendants. So what I did right, I made sure I contributed here and there. You know what I'm saying, to the best of my ability. But what I did was here's the food stamp card. Got into an argument. You know, you ain't no man, and da 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 da, and fuck is this shit, da da da. All right, that was my contribution. But I didn't say nothing. I sat there and I ate that shit. So then after she got finished riffing and ranting, and I started as I was collecting my shit. She didn't realize what I was doing. I was collecting my shit and my kid's shit. And whole time, I don't argue. Anybody that knows me knows I'm not into that type of shit. Never even dawned on her that the whole time that I'm walking in and out of the house, she chasing behind me. I'm loading up the fucking vehicle. Standing in the driveway. I say, so you ain't got nothing to say? I said, so are you done? What do you mean? I So let me ask you a question. We've been together X amount of years. In the X amount of years, I've had maybe 2 jobs. And I held a job. I had a nutball baby mama who liked to play games. Just say it that way. So I said all these years, nothing was ever late. Nothing was ever turned off. No shut off notices. Christmases were nice. Kids didn't go without. Hell, you got a pretty expensive boot collection, don't you? Yeah, that I contributed to. That part. Never even dawned on her that I was doing my part. You just didn't see it. You didn't appreciate it. You didn't appreciate what you had. And now that it's whoop, it's crazy. Appreciate what you have. So quick to ask for more. Ladies, if you stop and think, if you stop and think and are honest with yourself, you don't have to say anything to me or in the comment section. Truth be told, I don't expect anybody to say anything. Everybody's just listening. Cool. If you stop and think honestly and be honest with yourself, every situation that you were in, when you had a good man, and for whatever reason that y'all split, 9 times out of 10 was some petty bullshit that you guys probably could have overlooked or moved past, right? But if you stop and look at the whole situation on some real shit, when that man left and you thought that you were upgrading, and I'm sure it happens to guys too. The guy that you had, that good guy that you had that you didn't appreciate, when you moved on to the next, didn't measure up. Sure, he looked nice. He might have had more money, this, that, and third. But he didn't measure up. That chick that you swerved over there, left your that history, that 12, 13, 14, 15-year history that you got, that you when you got it didn't measure up. Sit back and you, damn man. And this is the crazy thing. Time will go by. Time will pass. And throughout those years, from the first year on, however long, you still think about him, or he still thinks about you. And you just created this what if. And being completely honest, communication plays a big part. Being completely honest, a simple text or a phone call, not even an apology, a simple phone call or a text. Hey, how you doing? I miss you. Da 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 da. I was just thinking about you. Something along those lines, yeah. Would have rekindled everything, and you guys would have got back together, and would have been able to pick up right where you all left off and kept it moving. But it doesn't happen because there's this thing called pride. Pride. Pride will fuck you over every time. My mother used to tell me when I was a kid. She instilled in me. She told me, she says, it's okay to be proud, but pride will get you killed. I'm proud of who I am, what I am, my loved ones, my children, my family. But pride, you keep that shit. I don't have a problem saying I'm wrong. I apologize. None of that. I tell them over quick, man. My bad. Simple communication. Over personalizing. Everything doesn't have to be taken in a negative light. That's the world that we live in today, though. That shows I can't say for everybody, but for me, someone who's actually studied, that shows me just how, I don't like saying this word, shows shows how damaged you are. Not broken. I don't like the word broken. Broken means that it's beyond repair. Damage, we got something to work with. We can fix that. Yeah. I'll take a damaged woman any day. I don't want no broken woman. I'll take a damaged mind 1,000 times over. I don't want no broken mind. You can't fix it. If it's broken, I don't give a damn who you are. If it's broken, you can't fix it. I say that to say this. When you over personalize, you key in on negativity. Negativity sucks. Excuse me. Sucks. Oh shit. Sucks the energy out of you, right? It drains you. On a small scientific size. It takes more facial muscles to frown than it does to smile. The negative side, right? I can't speak for everybody else. I can only speak for me. I use I statements. I can love you 1,000 times over. Friend, significant other, lover, whatever. But there's only so much. There's only so much of negativity that a person can tolerate at one time. So sitting around a person that's constantly negative drains the life force. Who wants to be around that? Who wants to be in a relationship like that? No, I'm not saying you gotta be upbeat all the time to the point where it's very apparent and superficial. That's not what I'm saying at all. Be realistic. Person's gonna stop talking to you, period. You'll get to the point where they can't be around you for long periods of time. Debbie Downers, or what they call it? I don't remember the exact term for it, but person comes in and just, oh, you're the life of the party, and you got the one person that just comes in and just sucks all the energy out of the room. Everybody's sitting around having a good time. They're like, oh, here comes Kevin. Oh, sheesh, here he comes. You don't want to be that person. You know what I'm saying? Communication. Barriers in communication between the genders. Human beings are very selfish by nature. We want what we want when we want it. Cognitive thinking, right? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, per se. No, I'm not even gonna say per se. There's nothing wrong with that at all. The problem is when you're not realistic. When you can say to yourself, this is what I want. This is what I want. But I know probably not going to get it. I know that I'm probably not deserving of it. This is what I want, but Buzzkill, good looking. Thank you. This is what I want, but if I can't have that, I'll be okay with this. I'll be willing to accept that. Call it a compromise, negotiation, whatever have you. As I said earlier, man needs woman. Woman needs man. Left hand, right hand. They go together, right? They complement one another. When you ask something, fellas, if you ask something of a woman, Your woman, your lover, a lover, whatever. Your daughter, shit. When you ask something of a female, ladies, pay attention. Ask for things within reason. Ladies, pay attention. When it's not, I'm not even gonna call it a negotiation. When he's willing to compromise, when he's trying to compliment you, don't try and take advantage of that. If he's willing to give you this, if he's gonna give you an inch, don't be trying to take a yard. Meet him on an even playing ground. Okay, well, Harold, Harold tells his woman, I know you don't like how I drink, and I like to drink, but I tell you what, I'll cut back. Harold drink all day, every day. Harold say, I'll just drink on the weekends. Ladies, take that shit. Don't be all no, oh my God. For what? That's it giving you. Okay. Don't compromise. Don't compliment him. Self-ass y'all. What started out as the issue with the drinking is no longer an issue of drinking. It turned into something entirely different. She don't even respect me. She just trying to control me. She just trying to run me. Da 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 da. He don't fucking listen. Da da. It's not your child. That's a grown ass man. %. I'm absolutely yes. The question on the floor from Beth says, wouldn't that go both ways though? 100%. And I'm not saying that it doesn't. What I'm saying is this: the issue with the communication between the genders, primarily male and female. Man needs woman needs man. They go hand in hand. They complement each other. We like to use the word compromise, right? So we complement each other. We'll use it. So when he's when he's offering or she's offering a compromise, make it realistic. If she's trying to give an inch, fellas, don't be trying to take advantage of the shit. So let me spin it from a woman's perspective, right? Carol says, okay, well, I know I kind of excessively spend, right? I excessively shop, impulsively shop. That's what they like to, that's the word that the term that I hear. I impulsively shop. So I am going to be more aware of my spending habits, and I am going to limit myself to a certain amount, for the month. So if she's normally spending like, I don't know, if she spend like 5,000 and if she's easily spending like 10,000, 12,000, 12 to $15,000, she's aware of it because the bills are coming up short, and he's brought it to her attention, and she says, "You know what, honey? I thought about what you were saying, and I'm willing to compromise. So I am going to limit my spending habits to $5,000 a month." If Carol's willing to do that, when she's normally spending that much in a week or 2 weeks, George would be a fucking fool to be talking about some, what the fuck do you mean? I believe it was said that you got to crawl before you can walk. If she's willing to narrow it down to 5,000 in a month versus spending 5,000 in a fucking week, shit, where do I sign a fucking contract at? So yeah, it goes both ways. The compromise has to be realistic, because if you're not one to compromise realistically, what happens is you open up the doors for somebody to take advantage. When you start taking advantage, the initial problem or the initial issue is no longer the true issue now. What the original issue with George and Carol was her spending habits, right? They can't come to terms with the compromise. Now all of a sudden, she's a gold digger. She's just a fucking whore that wants to eat up my fucking money. She never loved me. Da 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 da. Okay, fight fire with fire, right? He's spewing venom out of his mouth. She gonna rebuttal, right? You broke ass motherfucker. You could never afford me anyway. Da da da. That was never the fucking issue. She just got an expensive taste. She impulsively spends. Listen, let's cut back. Let's get on these bills and shit. You want to do that shit around holiday time? Shit, by all means, go for it. Just don't look for nothing up under the tree, because you didn't spend it from December 1st. You see what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is this, right? Is one of the issues with the communication is you got to communicate. Not only do you have to communicate, but you got to listen. That's interesting. Do you believe there's a problem with communication? Not really. What do you mean there's no problem with communication? Excuse me. We all communicate quite well. In your own way. Problem is the language that we're using. The response, if we were face to face, well, what do you mean? Exactly. I'm telling you how I feel or what I believe, and you're not understanding where I'm coming from. We're communicating perfectly fine. Communicating just simply means right? So translation, what I'm saying is, it may not entirely be communication that's the problem. It might be lack of understanding. that might be causing the barrier. How well do you know your significant other? How well do you know your lover? How well do you know your children? Hell, let's go a step further with it. How well do you know yourself? Mm. As it said, one of the most beautiful things in the world is understanding. How well do you know yourself? With all the mental issues in the world, or the alleged mental issues, with all the health issues, people don't even understand their own mind or understand their own body. How you gonna think? How you gonna say that you actually know with a sick mind or a sick body that you know your kids, that you know your significant others, that you know your surroundings? I'm just one person up here talking though. I don't have all the answers. I do pride myself on the fact that I think outside the box though. And because of that, I bring things to the table. One of the issues that I run into quite frequently, things that I bring to the table to discuss to you guys or other people, in my personal life, whatever. Not really ready to hear that. And it's okay. You know, uh, Rome wasn't built in a day. Instant gratification usually leads to ruin. So that's not my goal anyway. I think it was like 3 episodes prior to this one. My co-host had brought something to my attention on the air. And my best friend, she was watching. And she got to applauding, like, yeah, finally somebody got him. Nah. She cheered. And my initial reaction, I was like, oh, wow. Tastes kind of salty, right? The child in me did that. The grown man in me gave a different response. I told Anna, I said, thank you for bringing that to my attention. I never realized that before. I'll look into it. And as the show continued to go on, I was sitting back processing what he was saying, multitasking. I was still doing the show, but I was processing what he was saying. Different scenarios in my life played out while I was on the air with you guys, and I could see it. The show ended, and I sat here in the studio in my office, and I thought about what he said, and I pondered on it, and I pondered on it, and I looked for every possible scenario or aspect where it didn't apply or it wasn't true. And I had to face that shit, man. I said, damn, he's right. So this is something that I'm currently working on within myself. And shout out to Antoine Gilmore, who normally is the co-host. He's down sick right now. If you're a praying type person, pray for him or keep him in your prayers. He was right. And I had to go back and tell him, man, yo, that was a spot on read, man. Like, and he called it out. He called it out right there on the air. And I had to humble myself, you know what I'm saying, and really look at that. Like I said, Rome wasn't built in a day, you know what I'm saying? I'm working on it. And for those who are curious as to what the hell he said or what the hell I'm talking about, he told me, he says, a lot of my reactions and the way I carry myself are directly or indirectly triggered from my ego. Now listen, I consider myself a very humble person. So when he pointed that out, I'm telling you, I really had to look at myself and like really had to sit back and think and really had to do some self-reflection and like damn, he was right. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that knows me knows that I tell them over quick, I'm not perfect. I don't profess to be. I don't claim to be. Hell, I don't want to be. To be perfect to me, that would be pretty fucking boring. But one thing for sure, two things for certain. I do pride myself on how well I know myself. Every day I'm learning something new. And on that goddamn day, during the podcast episode, I learned something about myself. So, communication. Another barrier between genders and the communication. I'm sure I haven't figured out the underlying issue with it. I know there is one. I haven't been able to narrow it down yet. I don't know why. Like I said, I haven't been able to narrow it down yet. Criticism. I hate the fact that I have to specify. So I will say it this way: creative criticism. Criticism is not very well received in this day and age. It's not very well received by the opposite gender. A man can tell a woman, this, and this, things that he clearly sees. This woman gonna blow down and argue, and depending on how strong she feels about it, I'm not gonna say masculine energy. Depending on how strong she feels about it, she gonna motherfuck him up and down the road. Motherfuck you. You don't know what you're talking about. You just a woman basher. Woo. But as soon as a woman tell her the same exact thing, she receptive as a motherfucker. Make that make sense. Now I understand. It's not always what you say, is how you say shit. I do understand that. But if the only way for me to communicate to you is sign language, you can't tell me that I can't talk to you. If my only way to get my point across is to draw pictures, and the message is the same as Sue Ellen telling you the same thing verbally, why is the message any different? Why is it received any? You didn't like how I said it? Okay, that sounds personal. You ordered a package, and it's coming UPS, United States Postal Service, right? And your regular mail carrier is Rick. You've been waiting on this package for about 2 weeks now. Rick called off sick. Stacy comes up the walkway with your package. But because it wasn't Rick that delivered it, you're gonna tell her, I don't want it, take it back. I'll wait till Rick get here. The fuck, man? Did you get the message? Did you get the package? Right? Too heavily focused on messenger, man. Just did you get the message? What did you get out of it? It's a lot of oh man, there's a lot of walls. Maybe that's why maybe that's why women want equal rights because they make better carpenters. Um, because y'all know y'all can build some walls and shit straight up. Um, there's a lot of walls that are put up. Um, that really aren't really necessary. It's. I understand women are the more emotional of the two, and men tend to be more villainized. But really, it's not necessary. A major factor of communication barrier between men and women, and I said it I hinted about it in the very beginning. One of the major key contributors to the barrier is the government. Woman, man talks to woman. Woman talks to man. They build relationship, friendship, whatever your dynamic is. Modern society, woman doesn't talk to man. Woman talks to government. Child support, because she doesn't talk to him about being a parent. They get into an argument. They don't handle it like two adults. She calls the police to talk for her. We don't talk to each other anymore. This is what we do. Even in the bedroom, no communication. She's on her phone. He's on his phone. He's on the game. She's on her phone. They have sex. Afterwards, he rolls over and goes to sleep. No, I ain't wrong. I know we ain't teenagers talking about some how was it. I get all that. I remember growing up, my parents, I didn't understand it at the time. But it was explained to me age appropriately. It was explained to me as I got older. Growing up, there was a TV in the living room. There was a TV in the garage. And I remember he finagled his way, but there ended up one in the kitchen. There was no TV in their bedroom. I asked my mom, I says, when y'all was, when I was growing up, I know we had enough, there was enough funds to have one in y'all room. Hell, me and my sister, we had one in our room, saying, why y'all didn't have a TV? My mother told me, that was their personal space. When they were in that room together, they enjoyed each other's company. The intimacy was very high. Now, mind you, I said intimacy. I didn't say sex. Like I said, I didn't understand it growing up. But when I had this conversation with my mom, as a man, I learned. She said, it was in those moments when you put the kids down for bed or all right, good night, all right, quiet time, everybody to their room. They would sit downstairs in the living room. They would watch TV or finish watching the program together or whatever they was watching, you know what I'm saying? But then they would go upstairs to the bedroom. And they would sit there and they would talk to each other. Sometimes they hold each. Sometimes they would hold each other or whatever have you. She said sometimes they would just sit on the side on the side of the bed and just hold hands and just talk. And talk for hours. I say, wow. Like for real? She said, yeah. She said, how else you gonna learn the person that you with? Think about this. If the only constant in life is change, everything is always constantly evolving, revolving. The only constant in life, the only guarantee in life is change. If you're not willing to learn, what sits in front of you right now, sits a grown ass man. But I wasn't always like this. I was a little immature boy. I was a cute little handsome little baby. I was a knucklehead and a gangbanger, thug, ex-convict, a dad, a hustler, a provider, a wearer of many hats, yeah? I've done in the course of my 45 years of living on this in this plane of existence, I've gone through a lot of changes. The people that knew me in my infancy don't know me now. The people in my teenage years wouldn't recognize me now. I say that to say this. If we're always changing, how can you be happy with someone? How can you communicate with someone if you haven't first acknowledged these changes and then try to learn these changes? How many times have you been with somebody? Hell, your kids, a lover, a significant other. Shit goes left, right? I just don't know you anymore. You've changed. She's changed. He's changed. Not to say that you didn't. What you didn't do was you didn't take the time to learn these changes. And thus you were blindsided. I don't know who you are anymore. Really? You don't say. We only live together. We only share the same bed, goddamn me, every night. But you don't know who I am. Fantastic. So, yes, there are a lot of barriers. Again, this is just me talking. Nobody really is chiming in. I see you guys watching, but which is perfectly fine. I understand. So, yes, there are a lot of barriers between the genders. How to break down these barriers is a whole nother episode, especially when I'm doing all the talking. Um,
schizophrenic flow. Bishop, Melania Love. I goes hard. You niggas soft. On the bronze shit. Bitches hate me, but they all hoe. Fuck a nigga bolo.